Hi, Steve Pederson here. Many people have very limiting beliefs when it comes to money, and quite possibly you are one of those people and you don't even know it. What if you have limiting beliefs for no reason? What if the message you were taught about money, even though it came from a reliable source, was misinterpreted? Wouldn't you want to reprogram that belief? It's not enough to just ignore it or find some competing belief to replace it or overshadow it. You actually have to go to the source of that limiting belief and completely obliterate it. And that's what we're going to do today. Even though our modern day Western world is becoming more and more culturally and religiously pluralistic, it hasn't always been that way. Our current beliefs have been informed largely by a Christian belief system. And even if people aren't Christians, they are a part of a culture that has been immersed in Christian ideals. For example, you've probably heard of the Golden Rule, right? Most people have. Well, this is an idea that comes from the Christian tradition and has made its way into the collective consciousness of our entire society. Well, there's also another idea that comes from the Christian scriptures, and it's the idea that money is the root of all evil. I'm sure you've heard that one before. And this idea has made its way into many songs, showing that it is deeply entrenched in our collective subconscious. And one of the most popular songs about money, at least from the 70s, was the song Money by Pink Floyd, and that song states it. The song Just Got Paid by ZZ Top, that states it. In fact, recently, as I was just contemplating and thinking about this presentation, I heard a song playing in the background of a TV show that I was watching that explicitly stated that money is the root of all evil, and I would not have even recognized that had this not been on my radar. Now, in recent times, many of us have been informed that the Bible actually doesn't say that money is the root of all evil, but that the love of money is the root of all evil. Like that makes any difference. The damage has been done. Money is still the bad guy. Now, let's deconstruct this limiting belief and build up a new and helpful and empowering belief about money. First, we need to go to the source of where this idea comes from. And the Bible verse is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10, and it says, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and have pierced themselves with many griefs." Well, let's break this verse down into parts. First, let's talk about this expression, the love of money, because understanding this expression is the key to informing our beliefs on this topic. As you can see, over the years, the expression has come to simply mean money, and this cannot be more damaging or farther from the truth. If you're interested, and you like to geek on the Greek, the expression love of money comes from the Greek word aphilarguros, which means not fill, loving, and argyros, silver or money. It's a very literal translation, but let's take it a little deeper. Often, one thing about biblical texts is that they are set up in what's called a couplet, where an idea is expressed one way at the beginning, and then it's reiterated using other terminology to help clarify the meaning. In this case, the expression love of money is reiterated later in the verse with the expression eager for money. Some translations say a longing for money or craving money. Now, when you're eager for something or longing for something or craving something, doesn't that sound like an addiction? It sounds like something that you just can't get enough of, that you just gotta have it, right? And that doesn't sound healthy to me. Usually, addictions and cravings lead to unhealthy states of being. Indeed, in this case, the phrase love of money does not mean a healthy respect for, or a pining admiration for, or even a humble devotion to money. No, it simply means an outright greed. Think of the Indiana Jones or Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where you have these people that are just have an insatiable lust for power and material wealth, and they're willing to do anything or step over anyone or step on anyone just to get it. So the expression, the love of money, in this case means greed or avarice. And avarice, if you haven't heard that word, doesn't mean just greed, but like an extreme greed. Well, let's continue to dissect this verse. We've heard that the love of money is the root of all evil, but that's not what the verse says. There's a huge distinction here. It says that the love of money is a root, not the root. And it also says all kinds of evil, not all evil. In other words, the love of money alone, or greed, is just one of many things that lead to evil. So, if we were to restate this verse and say what it means, but say it in another way, we could say something like, greed is something that contributes to a broken society. Many people, because of their avarice, have ruined their lives. Or we could just simply say, greed causes a lot of problems. That's a far cry from money is the root of all evil. So let's be aware of the real threat. The real threat is not money or having too much of it. The real threat is greed. Money is simply energy. There's nothing inherently evil or good about it. It's just like any type of energy. For example, electricity. It can be used for great good, or it can kill you if you don't respect it and treat it responsibly. So let's release our outdated, unhelpful beliefs about money and plant a new seed with this new positive affirmation. Money, when handled responsibly, can be a powerful tool to help and serve mankind. Hopefully you found this helpful. I'd love it if you leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Have you fallen prey to this idea that money is the root of all evil? Share, subscribe. Would love to interact with you about this topic and hear what you have to say. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, take care.